Hello everyone and welcome to another session of the Lusophone Empire. And there has been another hotfix. I think it's like the fifth one and the save has been going through all of them. It might be pretty difficult to actually repeat what's going to be happening in this campaign. So now the cultures are no longer being able to flip in their homelands. So there's not going to be that many more English people in Bengal, though there's quite a few at this point. I think if you were to look around, the place that will be affected the most is probably going to be, yeah, you can see in Bohemia, most South Germans have the plurality. And actually South Germans, not as close in Hungary. Actually, I think they might start with plurality somewhere in this area. Yeah, definitely there's a lot of South Germans in Austria. So a nice little boost to them for this campaign. And meanwhile, we are still, I think the first goal is going to be take Galicia from Spain. They have quite a big army, unfortunately. 87 battalions is not too bad. And unfortunately, no, actually they still have line infantry, so this is something we could maybe use. I don't think they have any allies. And one thing is, Great Britain might actually support me if we try to fight, because we are actual allies, if I recall. Yes. Even though they never called us in, which was a bit surprising. So yeah, we managed to get Madagascar in the last session, which went pretty well. One problem is we do have a bit of debt. And we are not even constructing. I think we just started our engine production. Yeah, which means we are starting our steel production as well. We have way too high price of paper, unfortunately. We are even using oil for pop consumption. Okay. And we might be able to start a war against Benin, actually. It should be a fairly easy thing, assuming no one actually interferes. Peace between Persia and Kalat. Did actually something change there? I don't think so. Persia is a puppet of, yeah, the British Empire, which means we can actually invest in their territories, which is pretty nice. Let's try to go for Benin, because it would be a very nice access to sub-Saharan Africa. Ooh, 13 infamy, that's not great. They have 20 battalions, but I'm pretty sure this is not high quality troops. Line infantry, actually. Well, I guess national movement. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of national movements. Let's see. Do you have peasant levies? You do have peasant levies. 20 battalions. And I can invade with 10. My numbers are actually not great at the moment. I'm not sure if I want to commit to this. So actually, what's the worst that could happen? I probably should get it done as soon as possible. It's going to put me over 25 infamy, but that's not a big deal. And at least then I will have a state on the coast and access to Sokoto and then deeper into Africa. So that's pretty important, even though that's not the immediate goal. It's pretty good to get it done, I think. Let's both of you guys mobilized. Sulu back down. We could stay in the British territory, but I'm not sure if that's how the game is going to consider this. 20 battalions. We managed to beat, they're actually going for irregular conscripts. It's good, but that's going to be actually quite significant numbers. So we shall see how that works out. Oh, you guys actually teleported from Madagascar, or maybe I moved you manually, I don't remember. I waited a couple of days for the actual hotfix to show up, because they pretty much immediately mentioned that they're going to reverse the change to homelands and fix the occupation bug, which was happening. I think it should be fixed now, if I recall. And it would be pretty important because that was pretty bad, I have to say. And we can stop lowering our relations with Benin because that's... Yeah, I think they got the message after we declared war on them, to be honest. We got a heat wave in Ethiopia. And the other nation didn't... Oh, Great Britain would actually join us. That's interesting. We do not really need them, but it's good to know there is a possibility of... Like, they like us enough to actually come into our aid sometimes. We seem to be coming even on money when we're not constructing anything, so that's good at least. Not ideal still. But we have a lot of private construction, and I think we're losing a bit of money. Oh, maybe not. Didn't we have more in the investment pool? But maybe I'm misremembering. It's been a couple of days, as I said. Yeah, our interest groups... Do we have any laws currently that we really want to be changing? I mean, mercantilism would be pretty nice. Tenant farmers... At this point, we're probably going for commercialized agriculture instead of going for homesteading. I think we should be close enough tech-wise. Yeah, pretty much. We're finishing this era in a few years, and then might as well. Is there anything? I mean, I could go for National Guard and use this as a leverage against Spain. To be honest, that might be the way to go. Now that I think about it. Well, there be radicals would hate it. Radicals hate National Guard. Oh, okay. Yeah, they want guaranteed liberties. Wouldn't mind guaranteed liberties, to be honest. It still would only work on the actual core provinces, so the negative to secession progression speed is not that important. Maybe National Guard. We do get some conscripts from our colonies, which what I'm going to be calling the unincorporated states, but it's pretty negligible. Are you a decent attack general? You are brave. Grifter, Ruffle. Yeah, I suppose you're good enough. Not perfect, but you have some decent things. You guys could actually get a few more troops, so that's what's going to happen. Because we will need every unit we can get. Still, I don't like that they don't have full 11,000. Actually 8,000. It's really not that much to be attacking into 30 battalions, but we shall see. Take on that. Actually, wait a second. I think they set a goal of war reparations, so actually this war could go forever if we do not make this landing, so we will have time. Yeah, this is not working out great for now. Or maybe. You can always try a few times. I could get a few more troops. Those guys are irregulars. Let's you guys in here. And maybe let's invade you guys. Just for cleanness of the UI. Yeah, that doesn't look like a win. And doesn't even look like we killed that many as well. We lost more, I think. We can try a couple of times, I suppose. It is costing a bit of money to maintain this army, but that's not a huge problem. Oh yeah, actually I should be raising taxes. Because people over here are super happy. They have pretty high standard of living. Yeah, 14. How are we looking on the... like, average standard of living is not great, but in comparison to Europe, like, we have higher than Spain, than France. I think we're on the level of, like, Great Britain at this point. Well, they have a bit higher, but we are close. We are close to the Netherlands. It's not too bad. So yeah, I'm definitely raising taxes to get a bit more money. And actually, you know what? That's yeah, that might have been part of the issue. Now that I think about it, having the low wages might have been a problem. They are offering military assistance. That's no problem for us. I mean, yeah, sure, do it. I think now our numbers are going to be growing much faster. You guys should be joining this army. The fleet should be growing much faster as well. In theory, they should have 16 ships. Yeah, so this is not going to work out, but we will try again. Something happened on Johor, I'm not sure what. I will let the credit go down a little bit. We still pay almost 15% interest, so... yeah, it's going to be a while before I can get laissez-faire. Not with the landowners, so changing tenant farmers will have to be first. Maybe going to no migration control eventually would be pretty nice. Just to allow us to gain more pops in the core states. Austria is guaranteeing our independence. Thank you. Sure. You guys even have... yeah, you guys are almost out of troops. And those guys actually... yeah, they have barely even lost anything. We'll definitely be needing more. But yeah, now those numbers are actually going up. So that's really, really good. Where are you going? Oh, kind of in a good direction, so that's good. Kind of, mostly. So yeah, just let's have patience, a bit of patience here. I'm working on railways, yeah, gotta have them at some point. And then probably dynamite as soon as possible. Or maybe focus more. We have skirmishers. I don't think there's that much really important in the military for a couple of techs. Military statistics. Of course, shrapnel artillery would be nice if we could afford to have that many artillery, which I'm not sure. Rural folks are unhappy, which I hate as always, but you guys... oh, that's just an uprising in the colony. Nothing really important. We are very slowly colonizing. Is the institution... okay, now the institutions are going to be all on the highest level, which is really nice. Our colonial growth is really, really slow, especially compared to Great Britain, but that's going to be the case always, pretty much. Like, there's nothing that can be done about it. And yeah, they're going really fast. That's why I actually need to focus on conquering stuff. Yeah, Benin, how many people? 2 million people in here. Just close number to Madagascar. Yeah, I guess I underestimated their population a little bit. So the fleet is growing, the army is growing. Next time it might go a little bit better, I think. It's an additional 2k to here. You know what, let's do it like this. And do they have mobilization? No. We'll do this as well. Do I go all in on... and we are, of course, actually missing some stuff in production, but that's fine. We have no groceries in our market so far. Okay. Probably won't be too difficult to import it. Yeah. No problem. And then let's get some from Austria. Actually, I would love to have a trade agreement with Austria because... maybe I already do. Yeah, I do actually. There's no really like threat. They're not going for colonies almost ever. Could lose a bit of authority. Yeah, -1 instead of living on Azores, that's nothing. One more unit there. Yeah, with this should help quite a bit as well. Which of these things do we have the most? I think we have a lot of sugar. Yeah, we have a lot of sugar. How are we doing? We have a lot of clove. Tobacco is decent, actually. And we are producing some... We are not really producing opium, okay. We probably could if we really wanted to, but that's... This... And you know what, liquor as well, why not? And now this force. After they regain their organization, we're going to try again. And meanwhile, they have 45 almost battalions at this point. I should probably be looking at those investment rights broken, because that's... It would be the investment rights with Great Britain that would be kind of important. But no, it's looking fine. Yeah, I think it's going very, very slowly down. I assume we are probably buying a ton of stuff in UK. Which is absolutely fine. British Columbia. Building our own stuff is also fine, I suppose. And not that much, mostly Canada, East Anglia, and India. We're still missing ammunition. I don't think we are producing literally any ourselves, no. So maybe it should be a priority to at least get some. This would be certainly useful. Somehow we wouldn't be making money from it. Just surprised me a little bit. I guess we have no explosives as well, right? Yep. Let's get this as well. And I think we have at least some lead. Yeah, very little. Only in Tunisia, in our entire empire. Okay. So let's try to do some construction of our own for once. How expensive is it going to be? Quite expensive. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Yeah, on the good side, at least I don't think they're mobilizing any more troops. So, yep. That's good. 2 more units there. And not having the wages was... Probably should have realized way sooner when I noticed that our troops were recruiting so slow, but that's... You know, my attention span is not particularly known to be very long. Luckily, we are not really in no rush in this. Yeah, and as soon as they show up, we are going to try and attack again. I don't think they're going to lose organizations from having additional units, right? That's not how it works. Come on, get across the port. Oh, this is actually... Oh! So anytime a unit joins, they lose 70% organization? Do they lose the same as when they are split in two? Yes! Oh my god, I had no... Actually, you guys don't have a general. Offensive planner and cruel. You know what? We actually could use the cruel guy, I think. So cruel is kill rate, basically, and offensive planner. Yeah, welcome to the job. And the other guy is going to go over here for the experiment. Because if really every time you do any kind of splitting with your armies, you lose so much organization, that's pretty important to actually realize. I don't think enough ammo might actually be a problem for our army. Modena really wants our ally. Peru, Bolivia. You guys are pretty huge. You didn't really get bullied by Brazil yet. Okay, Spain is neutral with us, but we are at war, so that's probably not important to check right now. But okay, let's have you guys combine. Now you're at 70, let's wait a little bit till everyone regains. We are no longer missing ammunition, though it's still very, very expensive. Oh, we could actually... Where do we have those food industries? Let's keep just stuff in Portugal, please. Yeah, I mean, we have plenty of sugar. Apparently we have more meat, which is a bit surprising, but seems fine. I think we could use some liquor as well. Say we could use a lot of liquor, so let's do it. I think this is fine. Steel tools probably would be really nice, but we have just not enough steel. This is probably going to be very good. We might not have enough sulfur. Probably, yep, we have no sulfur. Let's import a little bit for the time being. Yeah, a lot of people are really willing to give us, and then work on building some of our own. Well, actually, you guys don't have that many peasants there, but let's put some, so we are actually busy. And then Tunisia is a good state for our empire. Key for sulfur and lead. Pretty important. And now we are, short on explosives. And short on lead. Okay, so let's check this. You guys are at 100%. You're going to get split in half. Okay, so when you are split, it's still 100%. What if you combine again? You're still at 100%. What? I'm a bit confused. Where did they lose organization before? Sure. Yeah, let's see how effective the invasion is going to be this time. Basically twice the number. In theory, much higher stats as well. Our market just sucks a little bit. In a lot of ways. Hardwood is pretty easy to produce, so let's actually look into this. Stuff is happening. Die works accident. It's going to be the same mortality. Please don't get me more radicals. Cause without a rebel. Who are you? You're a roll fork minoritarian traditionalist. This is actually not bad because it allows us to push more anti-church laws because they like total separation. But I don't want to be strengthening the movement, so yeah. You can just go away. And let's get more hardwood production. Partly that wouldn't be a good deal in most places. It would be a good deal here, so let's do it here. Maybe wood production in general is just low? Kind of. Action and reaction. Anti-French. Sure, we are not really... don't have anything going with the French. Everyone hates them apparently though. Yeah, now this is working much, much better. Okay, okay, okay. This is great. So after the first victory, I assume it's going to get easier and easier. Though we are not killing as many as I would hope. Ideally, they would be losing way more men than we are, but at the same time, they are losing morale. We are doing pretty well on morale. And they're destroyed. They're probably not going to be able just to recover when it comes to morale more than anything. So they're doing it very fast. Still, should be fine now. I think this war is going to be done pretty soon. Yeah, let's get a bit of... So for the radicals in Tunisia are going to be a problem, but it's going to continue for a long time, I think. And Dynam wants a defensive pact. I don't think so, guys. I think you guys sack a little bit, to be honest. Not really useful. Except for, like, a place for me to spend my money. Or my people's money, I suppose. Are we going to win this in just 2 battles? I think this is a second battle, right? How many battles did happen here? 3? Okay, that was quick. So just finish it. Now you're proposing a peace deal? Nah. It's over. Okay, so that's going to be a good victory. Our GDP is actually growing quite nicely. Now we have rail, so now we are free from any problems with infrastructure. We can build pretty much wherever we want. So it wasn't really a problem for me most of the time. We got this, so now we have access to Sokoto if we want. And not that we are in any rush to actually go for this stuff, to be honest. But it's going to be pretty high to cut us off at this point. This is really good, and actually, from what I've noticed, AIs do not really rush Sokoto that much. At some point, we might be able to get at them. Yeah, it looks like the Brits are just going to Lake Victoria, and there's nothing we can do about it. But it was to be expected that Great Britain and France are going to be pretty big problems for us throughout this campaign. We got the Bulgarian uprising, and are the Ottomans still... There was a change in bankruptcy that the AI should be dealing with it slightly better, but I think the Ottomans are too screwed. Well, the Bulgarians right now don't really have any army, so it might not be enough, but... We got level 5 police, that's really good, Metropolitan Police. We could get... yeah, more loyalists, that would be pretty nice. The problem is, if I wanted to expand my army massively, I just don't have currently the market to maintain those troops, like when it comes to ammunition and everything. And I can barely afford to even be building one thing at a time. Am I building something for explosives? I was, right? Yes, there's just no one employed. Because it would reduce their productivity, because I guess they don't have... Yeah, there's not enough demand because there's not enough... Okay, I see. So who's uprising? Madagascar. I mean, sure, you guys can try. It's don't think it's gonna work out for you, but you can try. Industrialists are gaining more and more power. That's excellent. We actually became a major power, which means our interest rate just went down quite a bit, which is really, really good. We are still paying 18k in interest. Oh, ouch! That's actually pretty significant. Got a bit more prestige even. Yeah, so we are pretty set for being a major power now. Could gain a bit more with government wages and even military wages, to be honest. So when it comes to this, we are pretty much done. Is it possible for you guys to stop being militant anytime soon? No, I don't think that's just going to happen. That's fine. We can, I think, pretty safely invade them and take them out. If you guys lost a bit of population, especially of the radicals, then it wouldn't be too bad, to be honest. I think the current problems with the market is some things are just so unbalanced that they cannot get demand because like the factories that use those goods just don't have any production as well. Chicken and an egg problem. I think we just need pretty much everything right now. Engines as well. And actually, you know what? I will get some steel so I can get steel tools. I don't think there's any peasant here, but that's going to be fine. I think because when there's some free workspaces, I think people will just move there. They should, I think, at least. Comes to our society. So people over... Only second-class citizens can actually migrate. Which means all of those people cannot move to our core territory, which is a problem, actually. Because I need more taxes. If we get everything cored, we would be, I think, on our way to be a great power at this point. But the problem is this is not the case. And do I weaken them or do I make them like me more? I think I will just make them like me more. And I will do something to piss them off now. Retrade would be an option. Free trade is not massively changing the situation, while laissez-faire I think would be a really good step towards what we need to do. And maybe it is now time. I could get pretty decent government with them. And intelligentsia. This is a pretty nice government, especially since Queen is actually of intelligentsia. She's cruel, grifter, experienced political diplomat, and persistent. What a character. I think this looks fine. You guy is moderate and you're a nihilist. So we could pursue total separation as well at some point. Not really a priority, I don't think. Anything other maybe I could try doing. No, I think going for laissez-faire right now is good time. 35. Absolutist movement is against it. That would be a problem. Rural folk are so angry, and trade unions, despite not being in power, right? Yeah, they actually... so that's a change. If you recall previously, when marginalized group, well, were unhappy, they just didn't do anything, but looks like it's no longer the case. There are some people who hate us, some people who like us, that's fine. So maybe laissez-faire is not the way to go. Retrade will be slightly easier. How many are we getting still from tariffs? 5k. At this point, that's not really relevant. And probably I could get more from... So I'm at my convoy limit at this point, so this also doesn't really matter. Maybe I just focus on total separation to just eliminate the church from being a factor. Yeah, it looks like the Sydney rights movement. Yeah, it would help as well with the population being more accepted a little bit. Because everyone would be accepted in the same way. Less authority though, so that wouldn't be ideal. Maybe total separation is not the way to go, to be honest. Because actually, this means no conversion. That means actually less acceptance. Yeah, because once people actually convert to the state religion, they are more accepted than they would be with this. And they would get a bit more wages. So we might keep freedom of conscience till the end of the game, now that I look at it. Might be a good idea. I think oligarchy is still fine. The landowners are just too strong for the time being. So maybe I just wait a little bit and wait a little bit till I can change tenant farmers and then use this against the... Who is so opposed to this? Which movement? Absolutist movement, okay. Peasant movement would like this, and then only landowners don't like this because the absolutists are fine with this. So yeah, maybe going forward, this is going to be the play. I'm getting it more. This additional company, and then mutual funds. Maybe this is going to be the play. Armed forces are out, which I'm honestly surprised they were in so long. Yeah, because fighting Spain is... Yeah, actually, what I should do is check what does Great Britain think about fighting Spain. They don't really love the idea. No, they actually... I think they wouldn't... They might be... They might join. The problem is Austria. The Italians are not really that relevant. So I need to make Austria like me more. How about defensive alliance? No. How else can I make you like me a bit more? You see, I could rival with them, with Spain, but that doesn't really change anything. For some reason, Austria will... What's the details here again? Why would they like Spain so much more than me? And there are differences in our governments. What? I guess they are autocracy and we have different culture? I mean, autocracy and oligarchy is not that far away from each other. We have slightly different culture laws. I'm surprised. Well, they have different religion laws. Don't really get this one. Maybe it's time to focus a bit more on the market, because it sucks. Our market is just terrible in so many ways. There's a good amount of territory that we can build up. Always there's space to conquer more in Ethiopia, of course, for relatively low cost. In both effort and infamy. A petition. I mean, I would love... poor laws. Which one was it? I think here. Landowners would not like it. But trade unions would like it. No migration controls would be pretty nice as well. The opposition, though, is quite significant. The Portuguese supremacist movement. Yeah, I can see why they would not like it. And they wouldn't like it a lot. So let's try to actually get the poor laws. We do have a lot of radicals. Most of it, I think, the vast majority of them are from conquest, and they're just not going down because our colonies are just not places to live. But at the same time, that shouldn't be that big of a problem. Oh, 5.6. Yeah, this is not a great place. I think a lot of it is coming just as, yeah, basically exclusively peasants in those places. Which means, like, we just need to build stuff there, I suppose. They would be making money. But we have such a huge interest. Do I dare raise taxes even more? I mean, that would be a strategy. I guess I can remove road maintenance from here. That means they don't have enough infrastructure, but it had to be done sooner or later anyways. You know, a port would be nice as well. I think it's time to build stuff and increase the quality of life in my colonies as well. So a lot of those places are just, they don't have any economical activity. Like you can see over here, at least they have laborers. So they're actually living quite well. But in some of those places there's just no buildings except for subsistence farming. Great Britain is going for Afghanistan, I think for the second time. Let's see if Russia this time jumps in as well. And Russians are actually... they're trying to catch up in the Great Game. A bit late for that, but... we're still getting a military support from Great Britain? We are. Still tech as well and experience. Russia is siding with Afghanistan. Is Qing going to as well? There is some Great Game stuff happening actually in this campaign. Oh. So this war is actually between China and Russia. So yeah, Russia is unlikely to get Chinese help in this. But this does also mean that Russia has all of their army mobilized. Somehow they are still fearful. Yeah, Britain increased their battalions a little bit, but they're still not doing super massive numbers. I feel like usually Great Britain has higher amounts of troops. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Maybe it's going to be time for a bit slower expansion. We can just go for Ethiopia, I think, for the time being. Continue colonizing more in Africa. I think Spain is going to be too far out of our reach. Just I could try to risk it and go with British help, but if they don't help us, we'd be screwed. And 80 battalions, we just cannot afford as many troops because our taxes are too low and our market is screwed. We are paying way too much for stuff like paper. I mean, actually it got way better, but it's still not ideal. Ammunition got much better, but that's basically because we were importing. And this is why we have no explosives as well, because we are not producing any ammunition of our own. We have too much steel. So this actually... the steel problem could be solved pretty easily. Which one of this would be the best? I think traditional patronage might not be bad if we want more just industrialists. I think this is fine. Yeah, we have those. Yes, this. Let's get steel. Let's destroy our market even more. But we need more demand for steel. And now the steel production will actually increase, I think. Probably not as much as I would want it to increase, but yeah, now at least they are hiring. The same thing needs to happen. Maybe I just end all my trade routes for ammunition. Let's find the other one. There's actually quite a few of them. Oh, this menu is always very laggy. And yeah, now it's getting better, but we can get a bit more bureaucracy this way as well. Yeah, we need to help this local industry too. So now they are out of ammunition, but it means our local munition plant can increase their own production a little bit. Right? They are hiring, in theory. And yeah, now we're out of explosives, which means the explosive facility over here is maybe going to start hiring next week. Or maybe the next week. Or maybe it's some... Oh, Germany is trying to actually form itself. We shall see how it goes. Why are you guys not hiring? They hired, they're only going to try in a few days. Okay, now they are hiring, so slowly the issues are being fixed. And yeah, they're super productive right now because the price is super high. Okay, so we are creating actual local industries. And this thing is going to be basically the same thing as always, though the Italians are actually in on this. I think this is not the usual part, which might be quite significant. This is additional 50 battalions. Austria versus... Prussia has more battalions, but Austria has a bit more conscripts, which battalions at this point might be more important. Like, training this many conscripts might be taking a long time. This is going to be pretty important. We shall see if Prussia is going to be the segment of Europe again, or if we actually get Germany this time. And we have actually Russia stuck in two very big wars that are kind of important for them. Russia is definitely doing better than the previous campaign, but still not ideal. But yeah, that's going to be it for this session. GG guys, see you on the next session.